Welcome back to episode 7 of the Blanime podcast. This is your host, Mike. I'm with Sine.
Hey, y'all.
And then we have a very special announcement. We have added our permanent third member from last week, Miss Kasha, a.k.a. Tattoos and Lipstick.
Hey, y'all.
And she's going to talk into the dick this week, so it's going to be a really good podcast.
I will talk into the dick this week, you guys.
Good shit. But yeah, this week, with Valentine's Day being yesterday, we decided to do, a love-filled anime podcast. So we're going to go over some of our favorite relationships or love interest characters. Situationships, marriages, all that good stuff within the world of anime. But before we get to that, I guess we just talk about how our week's been. Like, what we been on this week, Nay?
Well, as I tweeted earlier, I completed 3 animes this week.
Okay.
Yes, that's a clap for me, because y'all know I don't finish shit. But I ended up finishing Super, which was great. I also started and finished Death Parade. Me and Kasha pretty much watched that together. Yes. That was awesome. And then I also finished Goblin Slayer, so I caught up with Mike and Kasha on that one. Super, the Tournament of Power. T.O. was just giving niggas like the biz. Like,
She means Jiren.
Jiren, sorry. That nigga T.O. This nigga, boy, he's strong. And you sent me that picture the other day of him and Broly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a fight that I would love to see in the future. Like, if they ever have them two fight against each other, that's going to start a lot of hot takes.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think Jiren will win. I don't know. That would be really good.
My money's on Jiren. But we'll never know, because Broly damn near has unlimited power, so we don't know how that would go.
It seems like Jiren too. Because it seemed like every time he kept powering up, like, it was like, okay, this nigga just doesn't have a limit as well, like how everybody else did. Mm-hmm. But I really enjoyed it. Number 17, really, he proved some stuff to me. I liked him a lot. Yeah. I think out of the whole tournament, for some reason, I wasn't expecting him to be so, like, team oriented or universe oriented. I don't know, because they're 18 and 17, they're kind of, I don't know, they don't have emotions, and it seemed like they don't really care. But I guess it was a fight to the death anyway, because the universe was on the line. So
right.
I really liked some of the stuff that he did to, like, make sure that they won. So, and Mike ain't watched Death Parade, but I know he's gonna finish it because it's a quick one. Me and Kasha really enjoyed that one. Yes. If you're a fan of Death Note, that's a really good one, I think, to watch. What did you think about it, Kasha?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I actually finished it in one day. I started it yesterday and finished it maybe a little after midnight last night.
Yeah, because this fool told me she was going to sleep, because I was like, have you finished it yet? She said, I'm about to go to bed.
I literally had 2 episodes left with me and us, and they were texting about it. And I was like, well, you know what? I think I can tough it out. Let's just go on and finish it. But I'm happy I finished it. It was very amazing. I'm not going to lie. I was very emotional.
Yes, girl, I cried.
It.
I cried at least 3 or 4 episodes. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it does put you in the feels, but I loved it because it helps you reflect on your own life at the same time, like things that you can do to improve it, or just have a better outlook on life and just not take the things you have for granted.
Yeah, definitely. And then Goblin Slayer, we all finished that. I enjoyed Goblin Slayer.
Yeah.
I told y'all about Goblin Slayer.
That was not warm and fuzzy.
No, it wasn't. That's why I said, whoever said that was sick.
Yeah, because that was definitely not warm and fuzzy. And it was a little bit, like you said, it was some comic relief. A little bit. I didn't feel like it was a ton of comic relief in there. And I don't think Goblin Slayer was very funny. He was socially awkward, too.
He didn't give a shit about nothing but killing goblins.
Yeah, every time he talked, is this a goblin, fight? Like, is that what I'm going to do? If not, I don't want it. I'm like, damn, my nigga, can you fight somebody else?
Exactly. But it's good to see his character development throughout it all too, though, because at the beginning, you'll see that he's more of a standoffish type of person, but just to see his character grow throughout the whole thing, I think that's what I like most about it. Just seeing how he's able to build a team and just kind of keep it together.
They followed him. And they like was rocking with him, and you could tell like he was rocking with them too. Yeah, like he legitimately cared. I was like, yeah, that's cool. I want to see his face. He's like Wizard Kelly right now, like. Like they don't want to let
low
you
key,
see.
yeah, I can see that.
They don't let you see his face or nothing. Eventually. He got a lot of scars though, and I don't think that did they really touch on that, or is that something I missed?
I think season 2 they're gonna kind of touch on
the backstory on that.
The backstory on him, I guess, leading up to the point where he became the Goblin Slayer. Like, how did he, where did he learn how to fight?
Right, because that was random.
Because they really didn't go over that. So, I mean, we know he was a kid. We know that the village got ravaged and, destroyed by goblins, basically. But we don't know, like, what led him to the point where he got the armor. He learned how to fight in close combat and how he got to the point where he got so strategic in killing goblins and how he became an expert at it. So, well, hopefully that's something I'm looking forward to in season 2, them touching on that.
Right. I hope so. I hope so.
Kasha, was there anything else that that you want to talk about that you've been watching this week?
No, I just kind of just finished up. Like I said, I just started Death Parade yesterday, finished that one, and just all of the new releases from like the ones that I recommended from last week, that Magical Girl, Spec Ops, catching up on Shield Hero, just the stuff that we pretty much covered bases on.
Oh yeah, we're all watching Rising of Shield Hero week to week. Yeah. So super satisfied with that one so far. So
yeah, I really don't want to give a spoiler.
Right.
I mean, it's week to week, so it's not too many spoilers we can.
Right.
Yeah. So
Philo, that threw me off. When they woke up and there was a little girl.
Yeah, so I mean, I have a question about that. So they said, so is Philo like one of the queen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they said because they're the only ones that have like the ability to transform.
Okay.
So they're considered like the leaders or something like that.
But she didn't even know that she was
a queen.
Yeah. So, and I guess maybe the love and attention that
played a part. Yeah, that's what I think so too. Just literally all that love and attention because she grew so fast. It was like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Right.
And did anybody peep that what's her name?
Raftalia.
Yeah, Raftalia was a little jealous though.
Yeah. I caught that.
Yeah, she was throwing her eye. She was cutting her eyes kind of quick at Philo and stuff. So I was like, baby, y'all can't be beat out over this nigga because he don't give a fuck about either one of y'all. To be honest,
low key.
I think he cares.
Right.
He cares about them too, but he's still he's still scarred from the whole experience that he had to deal with because he literally changed like instantly once he saw what kind of fuck shit that world was on. So, that anime is slowly creeping. It's gonna creep into my top 10 if it keeps on the pace that it is.
No, for real.
Oh, cool.
Like for real. And I love the fact that now you're starting to see that people ain't rocking with what the princess and shit and was it the Spear Hero? Is that who he is?
Yeah, the Spear Hero, yeah.
Like they ain't rocking with that shit. They like, bro, this nigga really he really actually fools with us. Y'all don't. So like y'all ain't finna come in here and take our shit. And like when they had the race and they was doing all that magic and stuff.
Cheating.
Just cheating. That made me so mad. I was so glad that they was like, no, we actually went and inspected the trail and we seen magic that was done on there and it wasn't from the damn bird, so it was y'all.
So do we know who they are yet?
They just magically came out of nowhere. Yeah, because everybody was surprised. Even the princess, she was kind of nervous, it seemed like, when she seen them, but nobody really said like who they were or anything. So maybe they'll elaborate. Maybe they'll pop up again when they on some fuck shit. So maybe like people are starting to see that they're on some shady stuff, and so maybe we'll see more of like people stepping in like that. Because it seems like they are, because the other two heroes stepped in to make sure he got his money. I don't know if that was that episode or the episode before. It might have been the beginning of this episode when they got paid.
It was at the very beginning, because they were getting their earnings from the wave, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And they were trying to hold him.
Yeah, he tried to shortchange my boy Naofumi, and they was not fucking with it. Naofumi was about to just be like, whatever. But they was like, no, you need to pay him.
Right, because it's only fair. So I see people are starting to have a change of heart, and I think eventually it's going to come out that he didn't do the shit that she was saying. Yeah, they going to start seeing that.
No, because they're on to the princess, because they see how hard she's trying to fucking cheat. Her and the king is trying to cheat to keep the shield hero down. So they little by little, they peeping this shit. Just like the race. She cheated in that, and the duel between him and the spear hero. Yeah, she cheated in that, so she been cheating every fucking step of the way against the shield hero, and they're about to really start peeping like, hold on, maybe he didn't try to rape her ass, maybe she didn't, had it out for him this entire time.
Which, hopefully they give us the backstory on like why she's pressed, like why are they pressed on him? Like, was there a shield hero prior to this that did some shady stuff, or are they just, are they going to give us details from whatever the book he was reading when he first got sucked into the dimension or whatever? Because it's like, why are they treating him like that? That hasn't made sense to me yet. So hopefully they elaborate on that, because we're not even halfway through. This is weeks. I think it's 25 episodes.
Is it 25? Oh,
I think great. So yeah, and we only on episode 6, so it's still really a lot of story.
Yeah, I hope it's not over like after 12. I definitely want to see a longer season 1 for this anime in particular.
Yeah, right. So hopefully we'll see. We ain't been watching that shit as a group no more. That shit died fast.
What, Rabbit?
Yeah, that Rabbit shit died fast.
Yeah, it did. I mean, like I said, us three are gonna be consistently watching it, so I don't give a damn about that. Like,
I'm fucking done.
Yeah. No, so we'll keep an update on that week to week, because that's one that we're really enjoying. So
yeah, all the way through. I think all 3 of them.
Yeah. As far as me, I finished Sirius the Jaeger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I finished it. I liked it, but at the same time, it didn't really end on a high note for me. I thought the ending was kind of weak. I kind of wanted to see a little bit more, but it's season 1, so maybe it gets better on another season, something like that. I don't know, but it was just okay to me. It wasn't nothing like spectacular for me. I'm week to week on Black Clover. I think I said that last week.
Yeah.
I'm going to be starting Cabaneri, the anime that Kasha recommended last week. Yeah, so I saw a part of episode 1 for that one, so that really hooked me. It's definitely Attack on Titan like, which I enjoy shit like that. So
yes, it's amazing. You just getting started though.
Yeah, whenever I finish that, I definitely want to talk about that one, because it looks and it is really good. So we'll see how it goes from there. But that's basically all I've been on. I haven't really mixed in anything else, so
much shit to watch and not enough time.
Really and truly, yeah, this adult shit is hard.
It's really hard. Shit you ought to do.
Yeah, it's so much shit I want to watch that I can't watch anymore.
It sucks. It really does. Yeah. But since, like you said, love is in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Valentine's Day was yesterday. So we're gonna dive into some of our favorite relationships. I guess I will start it off then. Let me see. What do I want to start off with that we've all probably seen? Yeah, we'll start here. I want to give credit to Naruto and Hinata for their relationship. So I know my 2 co-hosts haven't finished Naruto. Neither have I. As I've said before, but I do know, Naruto wasn't checking for Hinata, but she's been checking for him this entire series from the first season of Naruto to Shippuden, and so I do know that without even watching it, I do know that Naruto and Hinata are married in Boruto about Naruto and Hinata's son. So they're married and I think they have 2 kids. So I want to give them their credit. So Naruto finally, got his Rasengan out his ass and realized that, he had a chick that was riding for him. So I got to give him some credit for finally realizing it. Sometimes, us men, we don't catch the signs immediately, unless you just tell us straight up.
I mean, what 15-year-old would?
Right.
Young as hell when they start talking.
That is very true, yeah. So, yeah, he all he gave a damn about was being Hokage, and he did become Hokage, so he had to have his first lady Hokage. So, I gotta give him some credit on that.
Look, weird. So I have no.
They have no, yeah.
Naruto too long.
Like I said, let me start off with something that y'all probably hadn't seen. So Naruto is a good series. It's just really, really long.
It is. It's so many fillers. So many fillers.
I can't do it.
You'll be okay.
Maybe one day. I might.
You're not.
I'm not. I'm not.
You're not.
But it sounds interesting. I mean, it seems like Annie Twitter brings up Naruto a lot.
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
That's all they talk
about.
Naruto
stands in there. For
yeah,
sure.
it is. So I'm like, maybe I should go back and watch it so I can get an understanding. But I have no idea. So I think that's cute that you said that they actually have been dealing with each other and it shows throughout the different series. That's cool.
Yeah. Hinata was crushing on that nigga Naruto hard. She was crushing hard.
Hard.
Was
hard.
Was
she couldn't even talk around him hard. Like she'd be in a real soft whisper hard.
Yeah.
Was he dissing her? Or he just wasn't.
No, he just
didn't.
No, he was so oblivious to it. I mean, 13, 14.
Yeah, Nick.
You ain't thinking about that really
at all.
He trying to be the next Hokage. He ain't worried about that.
I was so done.
Wasn't worried about none of that.
Well, that's a good one to start off with.
Yes, it is.
Who's your first couple you want to talk about? Love is in the air.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the parents from The Disastrous Life of Saki K.
Okay, you were just talking about that.
Yes. But the parents, I actually like them because at the beginning of the series, you see that the parents, like how he tells his upbringing about how he came from this loving family and that his parents did all of what they could to make sure that their child with special needs had, everything that he needed and stuff. And as the first episode goes on, it's kind of like a switch, like in actual real life, where parents, they seem so lovey-dovey in the beginning, but then sometimes they just have that little fight between them and they just a little spatful. But something happened midway between episodes 1 or 3, somewhere off in there, to where the parents just fall madly in love with each other all over again. Like, they just remember why they fell in love with each other. Aww. So, it's so sweet and cute. So, the husband, he's very dingy. He's so slow to the point where it's so hilarious. Like, you can't believe how slow this nigga is. And she loved him for it. And she's like the typical mom, just staying at home, doing things. And she's the one episode where I knew she was a real one, funny wise, was that anytime somebody comes to the door to try to sell anything, she's gonna buy it. And they would scam her out her money. So but she doesn't care. She be like, well, look at all of this stuff I just bought. And they're like, no, you need to take it back. And so then the husband has to go through stuff. But it's real cute on how they're complete opposites, but they balance each other out. And so that's what I really enjoy most about them. I mean, they're just typical parents. So it's so
Have
cute.
you seen that anime, Mike?
I saw the first episode. So I do remember the first episode. They weren't really talking to each other. Yeah.
And they were in separate bedrooms and everything.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So and Saki, he's actually a psychic. It's more of a comedy show. Mm-hmm. But he's a psychic. So they have him do stuff say for instance, they wanted to be back in the room together. So what they ended up doing was they was asking him to move the furniture, but they wanted to do it. They wanted him to do it telepathically or with yeah, that's what they wanted him to do. So then he got so mad at them because they could never figure out how they wanted the bed to go and everything. So he just blew out the wall and told them to deal with it themselves.
Oh, he be on that.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Like zero.
And so like his dad be running late for work, and he'd be like, Saki, transport me to work, and then he'd be like, I'm already headed to school, and he'd be like, no, I need you to take me to work, transport me to work.
I want to watch that.
It's fun. I mean, it's not something I would typically watch, but as far as like a comedy and anime, I love that series. But the parents really steal my heart. They do leave a lasting impression. They're hilarious.
That's cute. Oh, look, I'm in a little.
Oh, Lord, here go Nate.
And all that stuff. Well, my couple ain't that happy-go-lucky, the one I'm going to start off with.
Go ahead.
I'm going to start off with Light and Lisa.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's get into it. Yeah.
And for, I think all three, Gosh, you watched Death Note as well. So
yes.
all three of us just watched Death Note.
Yes.
I think that's a pretty popular one, so most of our listeners have probably watched it.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Light really don't give a damn about Misa.
He don't give a damn.
At all. And it's crazy because, like you said, in the second arc, after Elle dies, I guess they got married. But he really used her. He was using her the whole time for her Shinigami eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So their dynamic. She was madly in love with him.
She was.
She really was head over heels for him, but he did not care. Then he basically about to have an affair on her with the chick he went to school with.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where his heart was. So a little trifling, but I think that like kind of watching them, you know, him finding out it was her and manipulating her to get what he wanted. Like I said, the dynamic is iffy, but that's a couple that left an impression on me because I was like, Light just acting like any other that, you know.
Yeah.
Some of the average male species.
Let's not do that.
I bet that's like a typical nigga.
Let's
No, we gonna call a spade a spade. He was acting like a typical nigga.
What we not gonna do is man bashing here, okay?
We just call a spade a spade. That's all we doing.
Wow.
So you don't agree? So you disagree? He didn't treat that girl like shit.
I think he treated her like a wonderful human. You know, he was. You
can't even say this with a straight face.
I can't say it with a straight face. I can't say it with a straight face. He loved her. He married her.
He married her Shinigami eyes.
Yes.
That's fine. All right, he married her. And they lived together, and she was happy. So it wasn't like she was upset. So I found it was a even trade.
That's good, yo. I mean, I wonder what happened after he died. Because it never really... Did she go to jail? I can't remember now.
Did she what?
She go to prison? After all this shit? I can't... Because when I tell you, I don't even remember what happened. I really wish they would have had a baby, though, so they could have passed on the
Death Note?
Mm-hmm. Or something. Mm-hmm.
Can she get with the baby?
I wonder if she would have had a baby, could the baby be automatically born with, like, or would the baby get half of her Shinigami eyes? I mean, that was just likely. I mean, I don't even, the way he was acting, I don't think they even touched each other, but I mean, that's just the way I took it. Like, he was always annoyed with her.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, ugh. Basically, like, don't fuck this
really
up.
A pawn, though.
Yeah, she was. Like, he didn't really. I'm sorry but even though that's the couple I wanted to use,
he was definitely,
there was no love there.
He was definitely smashing.
Was he?
He was. He was doing everything a husband should do.
On that note,
yeah.
I'm done. I'm done.
Y'all so rude to me.
I'm so done, bro.
No.
We know Light didn't give a fuck.
Right. Everybody knows Light didn't give a fuck.
Wow.
You're the only person that's really trying to defend these.
Look at it. I wish I could see his face. I was going to say, look at his face, y'all, which I can't.
I have to defend the one male, you know, that's in question right now as the only male here. So shout outs to Light, okay? I feel like you did a great job.
Okay. So we sham now like bitch.
Rest in hell.
Boy, because that's exactly. He went
hell.
first class. He went to Quindecum first, though.
Right.
He went to
Then they get there playing air hockey.
Right, playing air hockey and darts and shit. Probably against Misa, hell.
Okay. Probably playing tic-tac-toe.
I'm so done, fool. Look, it's okay. We're going to catch you up on that joke.
Yes.
Well, forget y'all,
After
man.
this, we will. It's a Death Parade reference.
Man, all right. See, now I'm gonna have to watch Death Parade all weekend because y'all been talking about Death Parade for the past.
Yo, you gonna like that shit. You gonna like that shit, bro.
All right, bet.
For real. You gonna be like, bro, if this is how shit happens after life, this shit, that's dumb. It ain't that dumb, but you gonna be like, it's gonna make you think. It really is. Look, I know we gotta have a whole episode just on Death Parade.
Well, shit. All right, we'll do that soon.
Bet.
We'll definitely do that soon.
Yay. Well, who's your next couple?
Okay, my next couple. I think Nate's gonna like this one. I'm gonna do Bulma and Vegeta.
I had a feeling they was coming up, and boy. Speaking of, during the Tournament of Power, when he was like fighting Jiren and he was having like flashbacks, why was that nigga looking so mean like him? And it was like Bulma, him and Trunks and maybe the baby, maybe not.
Yeah,
like
Bulma.
they were at the at the zoo and shit, and they was all laughing and shit. And Vegeta had that fucked up ass face. He was just like
he did not want to be there.
Yeah, he did not want to be there, but he was thinking about it. I'm like, I said. Vegeta and Goku are niggas that like are pursuing rap careers and don't want to work, and they got bitches that do everything else for them.
But Vegeta's better at it though. He does, cause for one, Bulma is the richest person on Earth, so he don't really have to do shit.
He don't, but train.
Goku and Chi-Chi live in a fucking hut in the middle of nowhere, so he technically needs to chip in, but he fucking doesn't. So
that's true.
Vegeta's smart as fuck, so he knocked up the richest human on Earth. And on top of that, he definitely. We don't know that Goku actually loves Chi-Chi. We don't know that.
He don't, bro. He don't love Chi-Chi.
We don't. There's no evidence that shows that he loves Chi-Chi. There's literally zero evidence. He dies and he trains and he doesn't even want to come back to life because he's like, hey, no, I'm training. Vegeta, on the other hand, has literally any time that Bulma was threatened since they've been together, it was on site for him.
It was, because when Beerus and them first came during the party, that nigga was like really trying to make sure like, hey, chill on my wife, bro. And when she was pregnant, and he was like, I'm not going to the tournament because like she's pregnant. Like I'm not doing none of this shit. She's pregnant. I'm not leaving her.
Right.
And Whis was like, oh, here you go. Here goes a baby.
And so yeah, what you don't even realize, Nate, because so if I know you didn't watch Dragon Ball Z, so this is when you really find out how much Vegeta cared about Bulma, because in Dragon Ball Z they were basically going against Majin Buu. You know who Majin Buu is, yeah. So that's when he was evil. Yeah, so that's when he was evil. So essentially, long story short, Vegeta allowed his mind to be taken control of, so he can get extra power and to get stronger from this evil wizard. And so basically he has an M on his head for Majin. So he literally did that only so he can get stronger and be stronger than Goku. So Goku and Vegeta ended up fighting and going at it and everything. And so the way that fight stopped was Goku was like, man, we got to stop fighting. We have to go fight Majin Buu. And so Vegeta was like, cool, fine, whatever. So Vegeta ends up fighting Buu, and he realized that he couldn't win. So what he did was Vegeta literally he did the same move in the Tournament of Power, where he did the thing where he charged up to the point where he exploded. I don't know if you remember that part in the Tournament of Power. So he exploded and literally kills himself. It's like a self-destruction type of move. And so right before he exploded, you know, he touched Trunks, was like, I love you, and he's like, you know, tell your mom I love you, you know, I'm doing this for y'all, basically. And so he literally sacrificed himself to kill Majin Buu. It didn't work, but he definitely died for no reason. But you know,
he definitely died for no reason.
He definitely died for no reason, but he did sacrifice himself in order to save Bulma and Trunks.
That's one of those character development traits of
exactly.
Of Vegeta, right?
We never see Vegeta give a fuck about anybody until that point. Mind you, he already has a little kid at this point and a wife. So
Vegeta is funny.
Yeah. So yeah, they Vegeta definitely needs some respect as a loving husband. That even though he don't give a shit about no human shit, all he wants to do is train to get stronger. But he does chip in for his fatherly duties when he needs to.
He did. I will give him that. And their relationship she loved him too. Like, I don't know, just watching Super, I really felt like, and even like the beginning of Broly, like they really had like a happy family. Like she was happy with the baby and Trunks, and watching Vegeta and Goku fight, and like they really, I don't know, they were really cute.
Yeah.
I actually think they're cute together, even though his hairline still bothers me. But
you gonna
it's
chill
okay.
I
love Vegeta. Peak. I told you Vegeta my favorite person on Super, so it's all love with me joking about that. But that's actually a really good.
He got it from his daddy.
Yeah, he sure did. Because King Vegeta, his shit was deeper. Like his shit was like further. I'm not gonna roast King Vegeta because I don't know him like that.
You don't know him like that.
I didn't get to watch
dead.
Much of that. I know.
He's out of here.
Well, okay, so question. I know this is a little bit off topic.
What's up? Was
he already gone? Okay, in the Dragon Ball series, from Dragon Ball Z, all that, King Vegeta's been dead, or was that something like that not necessarily recently? Because he was young. He was pretty young, but do they ever go back, like he had flashbacks of King Vegeta? Or like
no, they really don't touch on it at all. So Dragon Ball, Vegeta's not in that entire series. This is when Goku's actually a child.
Right.
So it's literally right after Planet Vegeta was destroyed, and he lands on Earth, and basically gets adopted by Grandpa Gohan. So there's no Vegeta, there's no Nappa, there's no other Saiyans outside of Goku in the whole Dragon Ball series. And then Dragon Ball Z, Goku's a little bit older, probably like in his lower 20s, and meets Raditz, his brother, and then eventually meets Vegeta and Nappa. But there's no flashbacks to the Planet Vegeta or King Vegeta or nothing like that. So you really don't see that until you can go the Broly movie. You can go. They did do a Bardock movie where they showed the annihilation of Planet Vegeta. So that all stems from that story.
Okay, because I was wondering if he ever they really had a backstory of seeing Broly, because they touched on Planet Vegeta some. So
they did a good job by kind of going over the everyday Saiyan life on that one and how King Vegeta was.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they did. He's just like his daddy. He needs to grow a beard. He do. I think he look better. He's short too. Vegeta's short.
Yeah, Vegeta's like 5'4".
Give her, yeah, and probably give her.
Kasha can relate.
You know what?
Actually, you're not even that tall.
Shut up.
I'm not.
Never mind.
I am so done, y'all.
My own damn business. Look, he go just trying to add fuel to a fire.
Look at the face that he just.
I don't understand why she gotta be so mean to me. I mean, I tried to include her shortness in here, but
I'm done in her face.
Damn
light skin. It's gonna be okay.
You are the one to talk. I'm actually, as a light skin, my skin tone is actually more bronze than yours.
You'll never be this golden.
Golden Frieza.
Golden Michael.
Okay.
Kasha, who's your next couple, man?
My next couple, I'm gonna have to go with Natsu and Lucy.
Okay.
Fairy Tail.
Nate's never gonna watch Fairy Tail.
No.
Well, pretty much like how we said about Goblin Slayer, how at the beginning they have this wall full of quests that they can do. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much that's how they have it set up in Fairy Tail.
Oh, okay.
Fairy Tail is more lighthearted than Goblin Slayer, a lot more lighthearted. But Lucy and Natsu are actually introduced in the very first episode. She's just on her way trying to find a guild to join, and she just so happens to come across him, and he's like, oh, well, I'm already part of this guild. Why don't you just join the one that I'm in? And that's pretty much how their friendship pretty much just starts. But as you progress through the show, you can see she's actually falling more for him, and then you can see where he actually shows some type of softness for her, because there is a point where she tries to, because she ran away from home basically, and she goes back home to try to reconcile with her father and everything, but Natsu goes with her, as a support and everything. But at this time you see how much love, or just how open heart and kind hearted he is towards her, because his heart overall in the show, he does have a good heart, but for Lucy it's just something about her where he just has this soft spot. Another time you can see them really doing it was with when the Wind Dragon had just got introduced. Yeah, is that right, Mikey?
Yeah, the Wind Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever the Wind Dragon comes into play, it's pretty much this little girl who has the same pretty much power or ability as Natsu. He's a fire dragon.
Yeah, they all have their own attributes.
Yeah, but they're all dragon. Like they were all trained by dragons, and like right now, their whole quest is like they want to find the dragon that trained them because they don't know where they are. On the same day, all of them just kind of disappeared.
Right.
And they don't know where they went. Yeah. But I personally haven't finished the series, but as far as like just character development and just seeing a friendship develop into something more, I would definitely have to choose Lucy and Natsu. Michael, you have anything to backdoor or add on to that one? Or?
No, that's a good one because Natsu, he's one of the more light-hearted main characters, like you just said. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of comic relief in Fairy Tail.
Yes.
But they do clearly have a connection, and they actually have a lot of good romances on that show. So they're one of them.
I just thought about one too.
Who, Urza?
Is that the no Jolena, the Jelena girl, the one with the
rain?
Yeah. Oh my God, she had the biggest crush on what's that guy's name? The one that can do the ice.
I can't remember his name. Yeah.
After she met this one of the supporting characters, or one of the main characters rather, she just like had to do everything for him because she used to be an evil character, but as soon as she met this one person, she literally did a complete 360, and she just had to be up under him, and she was so annoying to him. Gray.
Yeah, yes. Gray's his name.
Yes, that is his name. But she fell in love with Gray so much, and Gray was just like, I do not want nothing to do. So that's a strong honorable mention.
Yeah, Gray and Juvia.
Yes.
Gray and Juvia.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But they're stuck with Julia. She really did have a change of heart after she met Gray because they fought against each other. And after they fought, like that first hit that he landed on, she was like, I just got hit with like a sack of love. And she couldn't fight no more.
I am done, yo.
But yeah, no, Fairy Tail does have a lot of love stories like that in it, love interest. But I would definitely give it to Natsu and Lucy as they are like, you know, the main characters of this one.
Should I watch Fairy Tail? How many episodes?
Oh,
man.
It's a lot, but they
might be
just
200+.
released the final season this year. Like, they just released the final season, so I think more people are going to watch it now.
I want to say last time I stopped watching it was like, I was probably like on 150. I know I was deep in it.
Yeah, I know I'm deep in it. I think I'm like on 170 something.
Yeah, it's
long.
It's a long one. Like I said, Nate, it does have a lot of fillers. So I was like, Nate, you're not gonna watch that one.
Oh yeah, because as soon as I'll be mad as hell.
Yeah, I'm on 142.
That's interesting. That's cute. See, because it's something like you said, like when you start hearing like love interest and stuff, and I feel like in animes, there's always.
Yes, it's
like
some
you
hidden
can't
agenda.
watch one. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's not one I think that I haven't watched that doesn't have one.
Yeah, because even Cells at Work has one. The one about like a Japanese version of the Osmosis Jones that we talked about in the group one time.
Yeah.
I actually like that one. That one's more, I guess you could say that's something even kids can sit down and watch. I loved it. I enjoyed it. And there's even a love interest in that one.
See, it's always one. It's always one, bro. Always. My next one, I was going to pick Edward and Winry.
Oh, okay. From Full Metal Alchemist?
Yeah. And / Brotherhood. Because they grew after the Alphonse and Ed's mother passed. They pretty much stayed with Renry and her grandma. Mm-hmm. And you could just tell Renry like, their relationship, I don't think Edward, because it's a show, well, he's 11. Mm-hmm. They're like 11 and 9 or something crazy like that. But you could just tell Winry really cared about him. I mean, when she was making his auto mail and stuff, and just how she treated him and some of the things that she said, just to like make sure that he was okay and not like overdoing it. I don't know. I think that was just, they're cute. I think they're cute. They actually look alike, blonde hair.
Yeah, both of them have blonde hair. Yeah.
Yeah, so I am so done, yo. But think that was I don't even know if that was the only love interest in Full Metal. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even say that was maybe a love interest because I don't even think Edward seen her like that. I didn't feel like he did. I think he cared about her, but I mean, maybe if they've gotten older, you know, if they would continue with the storyline, maybe they would.
It's the funny thing about anime is a lot of the time it's always heavy as hell on one side of the relationship. So one person is either oblivious or doesn't care that much, and the other person is like 100% all in type shit. Yeah.
Right.
And that's usually that's a reoccurring thing I've seen in a lot of them. Just like Vegeta, like is kind of standoffish, and then Bulma, you know, clearly loves him and everything, and but she'll definitely give him his space and shit like that. But like Kasha was saying, Juvia was 100% in on Gray, and Gray was like, all right, well, I don't really care about you that much.
Yeah, he was low key ducking and dodging from her after a while.
Really?
Yeah, she'll be like, where is he? Where's my Gray? Julia's looking for Gray. Where's my Gray? And he'd be like, I am not here. I am not here.
I'm fucking done.
Definitely ducking and
I
dodging.
can't be getting curved like that, bro. God, nah. My pride won't let me do that.
Shoot till you miss.
Boy, I shoot my shot, then it blick.
Shoot your shot.
Bro, what's another?
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, I know this is probably my favorite one out of all of them, just because it's my favorite anime. Yusuke and Keiko.
Okay, yeah, she a real one, bro.
She's a real one. I know y'all seen like the first few episodes and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cause I'm not going to no fiery house and pulling out no cord. Do you hear me?
That may come back.
Right, and it's not even 100%
guarantee.
No, let me go ahead and start some shit. So if Derek's in the house, you ain't gonna go save Derek ass.
You know how big this nigga is? This nigga about 6'4", 240. Boy, that's an L. That is an L.
You definitely might need like a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, that's an L. I'm sorry, but he know.
They got going there with a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, right, no, really though, because I couldn't go in that situation. Like she was trying to drag, she could barely drag. Just got out of there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point,
bruh.
That's
I can't do it. That's when I knew that was love. And then the whole kiss. Then she had to give him a kiss. No.
She had to
kiss him by midnight.
Yeah, because he had to have life energy from the person to revive himself. So yeah. So that's how you already knew. That the good thing about their relationship was, I think for the most part it was pretty even, because he clearly cared about her, she clearly cared about him. It was always like, you know, it wasn't anything one person was giving too much, another person wasn't giving enough. You know, it was pretty even for them. So, and
I think him dying let him realize that that's what it was, because initially before he died, it was just kind of like, oh, you know, he just kind of took it like, you know, that she's cool, or, you know, I like her, but it ain't really like that.
Yeah.
And him getting to see how people felt about him, you know, watching at like his service or funeral, whatever you want to call it. You know,
memorial service.
Yeah, like him seeing how they were reacting and stuff, it kind of opened his eyes a little bit, like, oh, she was feeling me a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even his nemesis, that was like his own. The nemesis just kind of walked up in the the memorial service acting a plum fool.
Oh yeah.
That's my boy though.
Cool bar.
Yeah, Cool bar. I really like him. I really liked him.
Really, yeah. I would say he had one in there himself. He was in love with.
Right.
That was kind of one-sided, but it was one-sided to a certain extent, because she liked him, but she wasn't like head over heels over him, nothing like that. But he was in love with Hiei's half sister. What the fuck was her name? I'm gonna have to look it up. But he was in love with her sister, Hiei's sister, and he at one point he was in love with another character. He was in love with Botan at first, and he was just head over heels over Botan, and then as soon as he saw Yukina, I just remembered it. Yukina. As soon as he saw Yukina, it was a wrap. And so this nigga came out of nowhere and said, "Oh, my red!" Like they were trying to find Yukina because she was trapped in this building, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna follow my red pinky string of love," and literally like a fucking red string went from his pinky and literally led them to her. That's how fucking out of there That's how out of there he was. Like he was on some other shit.
Was it reciprocated back?
So she like I said, she liked him. You know, she just wasn't like in love with him. So it never actually shows if they were actually together. But that was clearly like a you know, kind of a fun relationship between the two of them. So yeah, that show definitely had two good romances in there. Now that I think about it, Kurama really didn't have anyone, and Hiei didn't have anyone. Yeah, so yeah, those were pretty much the primary two. The main characters had their love interests.
That was a really good one because I forgot about that.
You good?
You.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I just want to make sure it don't, you know, get down to the very last movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, you trying to get the cold going? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Because I went over there, picked it up, and the whole thing just fell apart as I picked it up. I'm like, oh.
That cold is like some good ass cold, bro.
It is some good ass cold.
They over here complimenting my hookah.
Yes.
Apparently I have
it's amazing.
Apparently I have better hookah than the hookah lounges.
Yes.
Very much so. Very much so.
I'm about to start charging people.
Boy. Sasha, who's your next?
Well, before I even say who my next couple is, after just kind of seeing Attack on Titan right now, it just kind of made me remember
I knew it, yep.
about Eren and Mikasa.
Yeah.
You know, they're strong. Yeah. But that I just had to throw that honorable mention in there real quick.
No, for real.
But my number one, or just my top pick overall, I would have to say as of right now, has to be the Sir Meliodas and Elizabeth.
Oh, from the Seven Deadly Sins.
Yes, even though he's kind of pervy, you know, Elizabeth, you know, rubbing on boobs.
Kind of pervy.
Looking under her dress, telling her to wear certain, you know, revealing stuff around the pug or whatever, around the bar or whatnot. But, you know, it's just something about the relationship, and especially after watching, what was it, season 3 of it, where you get more of Sir Meliodas' background and why he actually cares for Elizabeth the way he does. It's just amazing. I don't know. Like, it's one of those things that words can't explain, just seeing them. I mean, how much more closer can I put the dick? I mean, my hands are on it. I might as well be sucking the damn thing by now.
How?
Oh my God. I'm just trying. Will you stop?
No, because clearly this is where I gotta have it.
I am so.
I've been
Oh, my
having this thing
God.
close to me. You keep telling me to put it closer to my mouth. How much closer do you
I'm
want it?
trying
Like,
to
y'all
silently
want
tell
my
her-
throat? Is that what it is?
I'm trying to silently tell her to put the mic up to her mouth just a little bit
I mean,
more.
the mic is close to me. I mean, it's right here on my chin. My lip is now sitting on it. How close do you want it?
Your lip doing what?
You know what? Anyway,
Anyway,
Sir
I knew
Meliodas and
that
Elizabeth.
Fucking done.
You know, with Sir Meliodas and Elizabeth, her heart is just so strong for him. It is overwhelmingly big for him, and it's just amazing that she can really just stand up for him. Even if you've watched the movie, I'm sorry, spoiler alert, whenever he was just, you know, like laying down on the concrete ground, whenever they had that protective sword spell against him.
Yeah.
You know, she was even there like, no, you need to let this demon fight for y'all because he's here to fight for y'all, not against y'all and everything. So even just standing up to him when he was, you know, down and out and, you know, locked up and pinned up and all of that. It was just good to see a ride or die like that. You know what I mean? But I mean, overall, Sir Meliodas, like I said, he a perv, but he does have good intentions when it comes to Elizabeth. So, yeah.
I haven't watched, I never watched season 3.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah, you need to watch season 3, and I think you'll be able to, like, once you watch season 3, the movie is going to be like, everything's just going to tie into the movie.
Okay.
At that point.
Okay. I need to go back. Oh, it's been a minute too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I like you said that I not like because I haven't watched it in a while. You bringing them up, I'm like, yeah, they were.
Yeah.
They were really cute. Like, and she did rock with him, and it seemed it was reciprocated.
Yep.
It was reciprocated.
It really was. Now that one you really can't see it, you know, going both ways because he, you know, put his life on the line for her too. So
right. So it's kind of like, yeah, he was. You ain't gonna do that for just anybody.
Nah.
Right.
Everybody ain't deserving of that. The fuck? No.
At all. At all. Look, you feel the same way.
That's
You
almost
thinking
like
the same.
asking somebody, would you take a bullet for me?
Look at how quiet it got in front of
See, exactly. You can't do it for everybody, but
no.
Is it a bullet into the arm, or like where do I have to take this bullet?
Bullet to
technically,
death.
it's just a regular old bullet.
Is it gonna be like a flesh wound or?
No, that hell don't.
Yeah, it's a real bullet wound in the abdomen.
You might die.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh
Okay, well,
no.
what about you, Sanel? What you got?
So Brent, Mike, because you ain't watched it, but just because
No, go ahead. It's all right.
I finished it, and this is seriously, if we were to redo our top 10, this anime is gonna be in my top 10. My next love interest, or I would say the relationship, whatever you want to call it, Decim and Chinyuki.
Yes,
Morticia. Yeah, she did look like Morticia from Death Parade.
Yes.
And you have to watch this shit.
I really have to, because y'all been talking about this shit for the past 2 hours.
Like, for real. It is so good. It's so good. Decim is an arbiter. Basically, he judges people, bro. So, like, he's not human.
No.
So he can't feel emotions, he just judges people and tell them, either you go to quote unquote heaven or hell. They'll go into detail more about that. But this chick, Shinyuki, I'm saying her name right. She couldn't remember herself. She knew she was dead, but she was just down there, and she started giving him like ideas that he really shouldn't have because he's not human.
It was human ideas.
Yeah, human ideas, and he started wanting to feel that. He wanted to get to know her, and he did some shit that I'm sure was against arbiter laws, like when he took her to go see her mama and shit. Like, you ain't supposed to be doing no shit like that. So, and he ended up feeling emotions, and I thought it was really cool, like, to see. He had for a short anime like that with 12 episodes. He had a very good character development. And seeing him, basically, to me, it seemed like he fell in love with her, and vice versa, because I felt like she felt for him too when she started seeing that he was actually trying.
Yeah.
She's like, oh shit, like, he's starting to get it, and that's not something I was expecting. Like, he took her ideas and opinions into heart.
Especially when it came to judgment.
Yeah, especially he stopped using the little remote and everything. Yeah. So I thought that they were really cute, especially just finishing it yesterday. I mean, that was Mike, you gotta watch it. I think they were really, like, that was a really nice little relationship. And when they were crying together, when he first cried, and then they were like holding each other, I was like, bro, this shit is so deep.
It's so good.
It is good.
Hurry up and watch it.
So we can have this conversation. I'm gonna put them. They up there for me.
Y'all got to chill on me, all right? I'm gonna watch it.
No, you need to watch it like ASAP. Now you alive? You all right, baby?
It's the new cold. Yeah, that's why it's a little rough right now. Give it a second.
Yeah, definitely. Shit.
Oh my
gosh.
Oh.
I was the last one, huh?
Yeah.
We have some honorable mentions. Some more honorable mentions.
Do I have any more honorable mentions?
I think I had somebody else on my list.
I would have to say, just because I just talked about it, cells at work, the red blood cell and the white blood cell. I love their relationship.
That is so
cute. It's so cute.
The red blood cell.
Because it's weird because it literally talks about the show itself. It really talks about the human body, how it works. What each job is, does what.
Yeah.
So like, the red blood cells, they push the oxygen to other cells and things like that. So it's so fun. But the white blood cell, he just always seems to be saving the red blood cell, and it's the same white blood cell,
really
saving the same red blood cell each time. So they're like, oh hi white cell, oh hi red cell or whatever. And so it's cute. That's one of my honorable mentions that I can think of off the top of my head. You have
put that on my want to.
Oh, there's sales at work. That one's more, like I said, that one is a fun, lighthearted. It's not as funny as Disastrous Life of Saki K, but it's still a good one. Like, if you need a mental break between the psychological thrillers that you watch and everything, then that would be like a good go-to to watch.
Okay. I think I need to check that out.
No, I can't say that one as an honorable mention because now when I think about it, that nigga Tuxedo Mask and say Tuxedo Mask was a whole 20-some-year-old fucking with a whole 14-year-old.
We definitely discussed R. Kelly on the
yes.
first episode.
Yes, and I remember listening out, and I told Mike to tell you that you ought to be ashamed of yourself and not knowing that he was that old because
from Sailor.
Sailor Moon. Yeah, Tuxedo Mask. He was a whole freshman, sophomore in college, and she was in middle school. And they said that in the show, and it's like as a child you don't catch it, but like as an adult, it's like whoa,
is that? Oh, look, I don't want to. Is that part of their culture though?
I don't know.
Like, is it okay?
I don't recall like just watching anime on a consistent basis of a 20-year-old nigga fucking with a 15-year-old. Like I don't think that's a common occurrence. Not off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody else. I remember them specifically.
Yeah, that's what I remember them specifically.
Like, yeah, nasty nigga.
I think they were trying to keep it more in touch with, like, I guess, like the princess and the prince type of feel. Because, typically, like, with the fairy tales, the guy's really, much more older and mature than the girl that fell in love with him or something. That's the only way I can see it passing. The only, not exaggerate, only. Wait, I can see that.
Yeah. It makes me feel bad. Like I said, I ain't know innocent.
No, it's okay. You have the innocence of a child.
Lord.
Like, you have any honorable mentions?
You have any honorable mentions? I feel like I know what one of your honorable mentions would be.
Oh yeah, I one honorable mention. I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't really care about their relationship like that. But we can give Inuyasha and Kagome.
I figured that's who you was.
We can give them a little bit of shine. They definitely rode for each other after. She's basically a reincarnation of his main chick, and then his main chick died, so he got with the reincarnation, and then his main chick came back to life, and it was he was kind of torn. So I get it. He had two of them.
He has a lot of shit going on. It wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault at all.
Well, we'll give him that. Kagome and Inuyasha, honorable mention for me.
And I said, for me, my honorable mention would be Ganta and Shiro from Dead Man Wonderland.
So were they considered or love interest?
She was rocking with that nigga because remember towards the end, like when they was old dude was like trying to, I forgot what he was, but he was like trying to go back and like kill them. He, Ganta got like strong. He's like, I want to protect you. Like, everybody been thinking I'm weak and stuff, but like I want to protect you because she really was trying to like protect him. I don't know. I thought it was more like a love interest kind of thing, but maybe it could have been more like a sister looking out for a little brother. But I felt like she liked him.
Maybe we'll never know. They never fucking finished it.
Right, and the shit ended kind of weak. But for the sake of today's podcast, I'm going to look at them as like something like a love interest, and I'll say Shiro and Ganta.
Okay, that's cool.
Have you seen Dead Man Wonderland?
No, I haven't. What is that one about? Is it good? Should I watch it?
Yeah, Nate, go ahead. You just watched it recently.
I just finished it again recently. It's only like 12 or 13 episodes, but it's like this kid, Ganta, they at school and like this thing, I don't even know what this is called. He like comes in and like kills his whole fucking class. And he's the only one that lives, but they blame him for killing all his fucking classmates and shit. So he goes to this place called like Dead Man Wonderland. And basically, like, after he's convicted, when they go to, it's like a prison. It's like a prison. I wouldn't say, were they like...
It was a prison,
It was a prison, but like...
It was like a prison, amusement park type.
Yeah, like an amusement park. And so the Shiro girl, she wasn't even like human. It's kind of... It's interesting I would say probably the first half of it, and then it kind of loses you a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's not long. It's only like 12 episodes, which might be why they never did nothing else with it.
Yeah.
Or I would say if you have time, it's pretty quick to get through.
Okay.
Or and like I said, even if you didn't finish it, I said maybe the first 7 or 8 episodes is cool, and like I said, you start losing like focus. Like, whatever. Gonzo was always fucking crying.
Yeah.
And Shiro was always fucking backing him, trying to protect him and shit. And he was being mean to her at one point. She was like, "Fuck you, nigga," and left his bitch ass by himself. But then he wanted to protect her and stuff. So I would say that's a nice little honorable mention.
Okay.
So I think love was in the air slightly, a little bit, kinda.
Yeah.
So we talked about some people who didn't give a fuck about their significant other.
Yeah.
It be like that sometimes.
Boy,
It does.
how, Sway?
Right.
I mean, I guess in the anime world.
Sometimes you gotta, ignore your boo to keep shit strong,
Oh.
Goodbye, bro.
Okay.
This says you gotta ignore your boo.
Right. Okay.
Keep relationships strong.
This is why we're not a relationship podcast.
Right.
You get niggas divorced, broken up with,
I'm giving the wrong advice on
cars
purpose.
keyed and shit.
Right. Start going through people's phones and shit. Like,
Yeah. Like, shit, where you been at, nigga?
Next
Exactly.
thing you know, you get a DM in your Facebook and your Twitter.
Dang. I can't wait till next week. I don't even know what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about it, but it'll come to me after the weekend. But yeah, like I said, Kasha is now our permanent third member of the podcast going forward. So congratulations to her.
Yes.
We're gonna get her a non-dick mic next week, so you won't hear us argue about that anymore. I did.
I just wanted to make sure y'all niggas didn't hear that sound. That's all it was, okay?
Well, when you do shit like that, when you spit into the mic.
I mean,
When you
look,
spit
I'm
into
telling
the-
you,
when you spit on the
look,
dick,
Do you
okay.
see how close this mic is? Like, I'm telling you, my lips are touching it.
Oh my god.
Like, if you could see it, like, this is what I'm doing.
That's not
Even
what-
when I have it right here, you telling me that it's not close enough. Like, you want it like this.
You distorting the whole shit.
Well, this is how you telling me to do it.
Your
So,
head.
so how about this?
your
How
head-
about one day you
Oh
come
my
over here and
God.
you hold the mic for me, and I would just stand. I would sit perfectly still. Give me a mic stand or something. Just put it right here, and I won't touch it or anything, and I just make sure I stay up on it.
You want me to hold the dick to your face?
You know what? I think that's a wrap.
I am fucking.
Because if that's what you're requesting, I'll hold the dick to your face. Just let me know what works for you.
No, I'm fine.
So done. This is what y'all gonna hear every week.
Oh, get ready, you guys. Get ready. You're in for a ride.
Yes, it's gonna be interesting. And like again, it went so smooth. I'm just excited.
Yeah. But before we go, I did get us a new link that has everything all together. So we do have a Linktree link that is just one link for everything. So if you click it, it'll literally pop up for our Twitter, our Apple, our Spotify, our SoundCloud, all in one link. So whatever, pick your poison. It's on the link. And if you however you want to watch us or find us or whatever. We are also on Instagram now at Blanime Podcast, and then we are also on YouTube, youtube.com/Blanime Podcast. So yeah, we did add those two this week, so you can watch us and have us playing in the background on your computer at work or whatever the case is,
Car.
Yeah, so I guess like and subscribe to that, and like I said, the Linktree link is gonna be the new thing, so you'll see that at the end on the description for each podcast. So
Right, and then we've been sharing it. Oh Lord, we've been retweeting it on Twitter. So I know it's available if you follow the podcast Twitter at Blanime Podcast.
it is also in the bio as well.
Yeah, you did put it in the bio.
Mm-hmm.
Tenfold. And I guess everybody give their information. Again, my Twitter name at Sine_.
There she goes. She knows her
It took me 6 weeks to figure that out.
shit. Damn near, yeah.
At SENAE_. And make sure if you have a Facebook, you're listening to us, you can find the Facebook group Blanime. Don't eat when you search for
Just
Blanime.
search Blanime, yeah.
Don't eat the cake anime. Kasha, yep.
Oh, my Twitter is going to be at Tattoos and Lipstick. That's tattoos, the letter N, LIPSTCK, lipstick. It's pretty much the same. Twitter, Instagram, all of that good stuff. So go ahead, follow that button.
And then I'm also at Unbothered Mike. Just to keep it simple for you guys. You know, we will talk to y'all next week. It's spelled exactly the way it sounds, Unbothered Mike. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in this week. We will catch y'all again next week around this time. And, you know, like I said, like, subscribe, follow, all that good shit. Thank you guys again.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
Peace out.
Bye.
Noise.